What's going on, guys? It's Easy. Welcome to my channel, back with another build for Demon Hunter. This is quite fun because it gives you a lot of survival ability, because we are going to use escape ability, which gives us the shield and we can move around a lot. Also drop our support such as Strave, drop our vengeance skill, and then we have Chakram as well. So this is actually really nice. A lot of players can chase you down, but you can run away and drop your skills behind, and then they will have to deal with those. And also, if you have set up like dot gems, Viper Bite, Everlasting Torment, then Seeping Bile and such, then you can do even better with high potency in your secondary. Also, I am still working for my set item, which I feel like are not perfect, because there are some other options which can work better. However, we really don't need 4 piece or 2 piece of V2s with these builds. Instead, we can go with something else. But anyways, let's get into builds. So starting off, I am using Grizzle Veteran, cheat that, hold formation, overpower to the victor, and then in the legendary skill I have Benefactor, so it gives me some survivability there. But yeah, this is what I use in Gladiator and it works quite nicely for me. And for the warband buff, as always for PvP, I am using Protector because it gives me more life and increased size. And I prefer this one because it gives me survival ability and works quite nicely with my escape. And for the Reforge, this is what I am using. Damage taken from player reduced, damage taken while suffering loss of control reduced. I keep duration of beneficial in both my loadout for PvP and PvE, works quite nicely. Attack speed and damage to players. So this is what my PvP setup looks like, and yeah, for Demon Hunter I think it is quite good. And also, yeah, I get the jolt effect, which I really don't notice, but it should be active. And for my secondary, I have like 6200 armor on this almost, and armor penetration, potency, and resistance. If anyone who is interested in knowing, so yeah, this is what it looks like. Not the best, not the worst either. And I wish I had a dodge setup legendary gem with this, like Everlasting Torment and Viper Bite and Seeping Bile, but I don't have that. But still, this builds work quite nicely. But if you guys have those gems and also really high potency, then you can be really strong Malaka in PvP. You can do even better than me, a lot better than me actually. And now let's get into the set items. I'm using 4 piece of augment here, which trigger the fire effect if you have 4 pieces, and also your fire can last longer. However, strafe summon does not trigger the second buff. You need to use your primary or skills itself. There is another option there too, which is Grace of Fragiling, which could work quite nicely, and it can negate bandage from other players. So yeah, that is nice. Also, 2 piece of a string baron is quite nice in my opinion if you're using dot setup. However, I was not using that here, but still I wanted to give it a try, so it works somewhat okay in my opinion. Then I have 2 pieces of V2s. So you can see I am testing different set items. I don't want to waste so much of my wisps. This is why I stick with this setup here. But yeah, it works quite nicely. But that is not the most optimal setup in my opinion. I would say 4 piece of Grace of Fragilant and 4 piece of Augment would be nice. Then getting into the SSS itself, I am using Best Discretion for Escape, which gives you cooldown whenever you get hit, and you can use your escape quite a lot. And I am using another essence for escape, which is escalating violence, and it gives you dashes ability to dash forward, so this is quite nice. And if you want more shield, you can use secret safeguard, and on top of that we have the new affix for escape that gives you more shield, so you can stack this shield with the new affix, which is quite nicely, I mean, which works quite nicely both together. Then Heart Feeling is a new essence for Demon Hunter, and what it does is vengeance now cause you to erupt with the burst of toxin that damage and poison all nearby enemies. So you can throw this as a bomb on players, and then it also beam them with the poison attack. So this is working quite nicely for me. The damage output is not the greatest. I might try some different option, but this seems to be working okay in my opinion. And for chakram, I am using electric Luna, so I can throw enemies back, and it triggers the fire effect too from the grace, and then firestorm happens. So this is quite nice. For strafe, I am using 3 essences. One is Fellow Farm, so you can throw your summon strafe and then extend its duration with the unrelenting furor here by 39%, and also you can throw rockets with your strafe with the turmoil. So overall, these are my essences and working quite nicely. And these are the builds, and I might give it a try with 4 piece of Grace of Fraudulent and 4 piece of Angment. However, featuring Baron was definitely extending the duration of fire and the poison that which I was using with my vengeance. But still, I want to see if Grace can do actually better instead of featuring Baron, and Vitus wasn't there much active there either. So yeah, I will see. But overall, these builds are quite fun for high mobility with support, and you can create a lot of havoc with your chakram, summon, and move around like crazy, and you will get killed. So let me know how these builds goes for you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, have fun, and bye guys. And yeah, definitely if you guys have dots set up, so yeah, give it a try and see how it goes, because I can assure you that the result will be even better than mine. But anyways, yeah, see you guys later. Bye.